Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft, and I mock it, giving you my thoughts, views, and opinions. It's very important to look at other people's perspectives. Just open up your train of thought, see how they rationalize these picks, or where they at in terms of some prospects compared to you. So I like that stuff, but we're going to check out Bengals today, because I know it's one that a lot of y'all watch. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on Bengals mock draft. I went ahead and watched it through so I could listen and get his perspective. That way I'm not just, speaking blindly on some of his picks. But yeah, what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Bam. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. I have merch if you want to support the channel. Take a look. Get some dope merch on my Teesprings shop. Links in the description. You'll also find down there if you want to get some sports merch or some sports memorabilia. My affiliate links are down there for that as well. So if you're going to go out and do some Christmas shopping, maybe get some dope stuff for your man cave, take a look and use those links. That way it helps me, helps the channel, helps get you more content, because, more money, more content. That's just the way it happens. The more money I make, the more time I have to invest, or the more time I'm willing to invest, which is already a whole lot. I got a whole lot of things going on. I'm supposed to have a 7-round mock, y'all. If you ain't made one before, you should know how long those suckers take. So, wish me luck. But let's take a look at Bengals. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description. You probably have already watched it by now, but yeah, I'll leave it there just in case. He actually goes Kevon Thibodeau. I think every mock this week with Detroit have gone Kevon Thibodeau. It's a safe pick. It's the one that makes sense, especially if you're not sold on the quarterback class. I think the Houston pick is actually pretty interesting. Let's just go ahead and jump to that pick. Where do you make it? Here? Here? All right, we're going to talk a few picks. Derek Stingley, rather than going with edge. To be fair, the two most important positions on defense are corner, are edge. So if you're going to, and they just traded, they're going on fire sale in terms of they're starting to sell, or they're starting to trade some guys they don't want to sign back that they maybe drafted like 2 or 3 years ago. Charles Menihue, I think is how you say it, the former Texas edge. So they traded him. To be fair, I don't think he was much of a scheme fit to begin with for this, but he was succeeding. I like him better as like a 3-4 edge. Or a 3-4 end, excuse me. But they grabbed Stingley. They could really revamp and juice up the corner position, because they got rid of Roby earlier this year. They got Hargraves there. Like, come on. They need to add more talent, so I don't mind Stingley's a top corner. He's definitely worth this pick. Kyle Hamilton's a bit interesting. I know a lot of, and Bengal even mentions this, that safety, the value's not good. It shouldn't go in the top 5, top 10. But Kyle Hamilton's kind of a different animal, man. A guy that can play in the slot. He can play linebacker. He can play deep. He can play in the box. He can do a lot of different things for you. And the dude's a blue chip prospect. Guy's got insane range for a guy his size. So you can do a lot of creative things with him. So I don't mind him here if he's your top guy. Let's see what he does for the Jaguars. He goes Evan Neal. Again, this is one I like too, because you got to protect your investment in T-Law. So they go Evan Neal. He's another guy that's top 5 blue chip prospect in this class. And I think his first quarterback comes off the board here with Malik Willis. It makes a ton of sense. Quarterback is the most valuable position on a roster for a franchise. You need to get that position right, because if you don't, your team's going to be kind of stuck either just in this limbo of just being mediocre. Like the Broncos are kind of there right now. So, yeah, Washington, you got a good defense. And, of course, you could add pieces of that defense in the secondary. Looks like needs a little help, linebacker. But if you have an offense that could take a little pressure off that defense, it goes a long way. Malik Willis might be a year out from actually being a legit starter, but this guy, he really improved his footwork. And you could definitely tell in terms of his ball placement and his accuracy downfield. Does he have some errant throws? Yes. Does he miss on passes? Yes. But it's something I think he's gotten better yet compared to last season. So I don't mind Malik Willis here considering the value of quarterback. And the New York Jets, I think this one's pretty spicy. It's Ahmad Gardner, dude. They go corner, which I'm totally cool with them going corner. And it's going to be strange, dude. Like how we have because there's a lot, when it comes to everyone kind of agrees Derek Stingley's typically everyone's cornerback one. A lot of people are kind of have that shuffled. It's not the case for everybody, but for a large majority of people, Derek Stingley's number one. And then you have these 5 guys being Kaiir Elam, Sauce Gardner, Trent McDuffie, and Andrew Booth Jr. And everyone's kind of got them in all kinds of different orders. But then now you got these next 3 with Martin Emerson, Roger McCreary, Darion Kendrick. They're kind of starting to, they're closing ground. And now they're starting to get shuffled in that. So this corner class is crazy good. So however you have your corners, oh man, it's going to be interesting. Ahmad Gardner 6, it feels a bit early, but if you think he fits your system, then go for it. I don't mind this because they do actually the Jets run a good mix of typically cover 2 quarters. They've been incorporating some cover 3 a lot this year. So, and I don't mind Ahmad Gardner because he's a good press corner. I don't mind him in a cover 3 or a man-heavy scheme, but I think he could work here with the Jets, so I kind of like that. I like that. Hey, don't worry. Bengal moves his face cam over here later in the video, so it'll be A-okay. The Giants go Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, the dude kind of just falls to him here because Aiden Hutchinson's risen up the board for everybody. If you hadn't already had him, we were and I got to throw this out here because we were all joking about Walter's mock drafts when he was Aiden Hutchinson in the top 10, and we were like, I don't know, man. He's never been that productive. And he was coming out and had a banger year. Good on you, Walter Football. I'm willing to admit, hey, I made a joke about you in the past. Well, when it comes to that one thing, Walter Football still got a lot of hot takes. But this one take, I was like, It was kind of the stars aligned. Because Aiden Hutchinson shedded the weight. He's come out. He's looked like a physical freak. He was on Bruce Feldman's freaks list, number 2, I think. And he's looked the part this year. So, yeah, he's going here to the Giants. I don't mind it. I like it. It's good value. I think since the Eagles have back-to-back picks, he goes with quarterback with the first one in Matt Corral. Kind of relevant. Essentially, he could how you do the order here if you're going to use both picks. The Eagles, I think it's very likely they're only going to have 2 picks in the first round. They're going to obviously, I think, spend one to maybe either bring in a superstar from another team, or they'll try to acquire another pick in the 2023 draft. I think that's what's going to happen. But if you're not going to do that, I think if you're going to keep that first round pick, use it to take a quarterback, man. I would say try to hit big. Matt Corral, man, he's got the arm talent. Some people may worry about size, but I think he'll be fine in that area. He is a bit, I don't want to say careless when it comes to taking hits. But typically, you see guys like Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, who they extend their longevity because, they may not have the best size in the world, but they're great at not taking hits. And I think Corral needs to do something Corral needs to do a better job of. All right, so he takes Kaiir Elam, so the next corner. So they kind of revamp the secondary with Kaiir Elam, Kyle Hamilton, and then they add Matt Corral. I kind of like this. I like this a lot, actually. Ahmad Gardner may have been a spicy pick, but again, I mean, I think he's probably corner 3 for me, so it's not that spicy, What are we doing for the Jets? Because I know he flirted with the idea of a receiver, and I like that because I definitely think you could add, I love the idea of adding a Chris Olave here. But I'm pretty sure he ends up not doing that. He takes Akem Ikwanu. Icky, dude, to me, Icky's a top 10 talent. I'm happy to see him here. You're probably going to move Mekhi Becton over to right tackle. because Icky's only played on the left his whole career. And to be fair, Mekhi Becton, he's played both spots. Back at Louisville, they used to Billy Petrino, I think it was Billy Petrino, right? But he would literally rotate him, sometimes within the same series, moving him from left to right tackle. Kind of stupid, but yeah, so I like that. Worst case scenario, Icky ends up being a guard, and he probably plays right guard then, right? Because that's where Van Roden's at, so interesting. I think the Giants, he goes Kenyon Green, because you just can't pass up on, like, you got to address the offensive line, yeah. And Kenyon Green gives you a lot of flexibility. I think he's probably a tackle in the NFL, but you could also play him at guard. He was one of the best guards in 2020, and he's played all over the offensive line this season. So he's got that versatility for you. He's shown he can play on both sides of the football, or both sides of the offensive line. So yeah, no, getting a guy with that type of flexibility is great, and good upside too. So I like that for the G-men. So they walk out with Aiden Hutchinson and Kenny Green. Not too bad. We got the Atlanta Falcons. I forgot what he does for. Oh, yeah, DeMar Leal's still on the board. Hey, good players fall in the draft. This happens. If Leal's here, yeah, if I'm Atlanta, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm like, let's go. So I like that pick here. The Dolphins. Oh, man. I'm trying to remember who we ended up taking. I remember now because I didn't like it. So he talked about Tyler Linderbaum a little bit, and I was like, yes, I don't mind that being the pick. I typically don't want the Dolphins going offensive line in the first round, and I get the whole idea of keep hitting it until you get it right, but offensive linemen typically take about 2 to 3 years to really find out what type of player they're going to be in the NFL. It's like, okay, they're ascending, like Garrett Bowles, dude. The Bronco fan base hated him for like the first 2 to 3 years. So, you don't really know with these guys. And now he's like, what, a top 5, top 10 tackle in the league? Tyler Linderbaum be a safe choice. I'm a big mark for him. I'm a big fan of Tyler Linderbaum, but still, I think I'd rather add veteran presence to the offensive line. And I might make the exception for Linderbaum because, like, I don't mind playing him at center. But, I don't know, Michael Dieter was actually kind of solid this season before he got hurt. But still, I think Linderbaum's just such a nice thought. Garrett Wilson, I think, is a guy that comes to mind. Great route runner, attacks all levels of the field. I think it'd be a good compliment for Tua. I think he ended up going Darian Kennard, right? Let's see. I'm pretty sure. Darren Kennard, I think, is a right side of the football only. He has played only one snap through his collegiate career on the left side. I think he's either a right tackle or right guard in the NFL. Maybe he could play both guard spots, but definitely only a right tackle only. I'd rather take Robert Hunt, move him back, moving to right tackle. Liam Eichenberg, maybe remove him to right tackle. I mean, we got a bunch of guys we could do that with, and I get the versatility. I'm just not in love with this. This is a bit early, too, for me when it comes to Kennard, so I didn't like the pick so much. With the Chiefs pick, I really like that Bengal even said, hey, this secondary's got some talent in there. They just can't get to the passer. I mean, they just traded for Melvin Ingram. So, yeah, they need to find a way to get to the passer. They do that. They draft George Karlaftis, who's a hot riser on a lot of people's boards. I think he's a guy. He definitely feels like a Spagnuolo type of guy too. Andrew Booth going to the Packers. Yeah, they still got to decide what to do with J.C. Jackson. I imagine they re-sign him, but still, I think he's a Patriot type of corner. Like, he's a guy that could play a variety of different coverages, but you love his athleticism. If you want to play him man heavy, you like that. Oh, man. I think for the Broncos, he goes QB as well. I think he goes Carson Strong. Hey, guys, don't forget, subscribe to Broshmo. I need to get one of those, like, crib little, like, that, like, pops up. I'm still talking. Don't even acknowledge it. Just pops up in the video to remind you to subscribe. I need to do that. I need to work on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he goes Carson Strong. Yes. So Carson Strong for me is like a fringe first rounder. I would say him, Kenny Pickett are kind of fringe first. Like Kenny Pickett, I feel way better about at the beginning of day 2. I hate to call it the Andy Dalton rage, but that's kind of how I feel about him. I can't help it. But Carson Strong, he's got a huge arm, great touch. He's shown better pocket poise this season. Not like so much. He's not leaving the pocket when there's no pressure. I like that. He's accepting, hey, it's a clean pocket, and he maneuvers it pretty well. Not a great athlete, but you don't need to be. This guy can take shots down the field. I like it. I mean, I feel like I'd rather Sam Howell, but I get it if you like Strong better than Howell. I mean, those guys are kind of like, they're vying. I'm a big Howell guy. Just because he was wonderful for 2 seasons, and now suddenly everyone acts like he's not good anymore because he's having a rough year. Not even a rough year, just the team around him's terrible. Panthers go Charles Cross? Yes. Left tackle. They need it. They get it. Charles Cross rising up boards real fast. And I believe he goes Jordan Davis here for... No, Garrett Wilson. Ooh. Yeah, let's... OBJ, dude, it's probably going bye-bye. So far, I'm probably the only pick I really dislike from his draft. Like, the Ahmad Gardner one is not bad. I like Gardner a lot. It's this Darion Kennard is probably my least favorite. I don't think he... I mean, I'll get to that later. But there's a couple of guys that I wish that... I just don't feel like the draft community, like, parts of the draft community aren't that high on yet. So... let's keep going. Garrett Wilson makes all the sense in the world, by the way. We're going... oh, yeah, this one was super interesting. He goes Daxton Hill. First off, Jordan Davis to the Chargers. That's a great fit. Linval Joseph is up there in dog ears. Jordan Davis gives you, at the very least, a very good run stuff and nose tackle, who's showed a little bit of pass rushing upside this season. A little bit. But Daxton Hill is a guy that he's primarily playing the slot, but I like him as this like safety on the back end that could like just that has great range. This feels rich. This feels a bit too high for me when it comes to him. I get it, Bengal. He said this is a guy that played corner in high school, like outside corner. He has the size to do that as well. So if you want to convert him to an outside corner, I guess you could do that, but I don't know why you wouldn't take, I guess Trent McDuffie, but maybe Martin Emerson, a guy that come in and play press. I don't know. I don't dislike the pick. It's just I get it. He's probably not going to be around the next time the Vikings draft, or with their next pick. And in these mocks, you're not trading down, so. But feels a bit rich. I don't dislike it. I'm just like, ooh, that's high. This one's interesting too. Trevor Pennant. I know a lot of the draft communities like thrust in this guy in the first round. I still want to see. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna move this cat in the first round until I see him at the Senior Bowl. Consistently taking on top talent. The guy's got the athleticism. He's got the size. He's got the production in Northern Illinois. Here's the question though. He's done this all at left tackle. Is he a guy that can move to the right side, or are you going to move Dan Moore to the right side? I think that's a good question to have. Why not Nicholas Petit-Frere, who has had experience on both sides of the football, or both sides of the offensive line? I think he continues. Oh, yeah, this one. Oh, just wait. So, Bernhard Raymond, if you haven't checked out my offensive line video, he makes it. I have a second round grade on him, I believe. He made Bruce Feldman's Freaks list. He's been playing tackle since 2020. He's 2 years into playing tackle. He used to be a former tight end. But this guy is a freak in terms of his athleticism. I don't think, it's just kind of, I don't know, man. You know you're dealing with an exceptionally raw talent. So I think this is more so Bengal like, hey, these are some guys that I really like, even though I don't probably think they're first round prospects. Here they are. I think that's what it is. I don't think realistically this happens. I think Raymond remains a day 2 pick. But hey, man, a lot can change. A lot can change. I think Saints go Chris Olave. Yeah. Everyone and their mom loves the Saints going Chris Olave. I don't disagree. I think the Bucks go, Roger McCreary, which is awesome. They bring in another Auburn corner because I think Carlton Davis is a free agent this season or maybe next. But they bring in, I don't know if Davis is going to be their guy for the future. Carlton Davis was, hold up. Wasn't Carlton Davis Auburn as well? Holy moly, dude. Because, like, Jamil Dean, who I think that's probably a guy they're going to keep long term. This guy's been excellent for them. Was an Auburn corner as well. Oh, my gosh, man. Maybe the Bucks just know good Auburn talent. Because Carlton Davis is pretty darn good in his own right. Man, that's a scary connection, dude. That's a scary, hey, dude, X-Files, I got a theory, baby. I got a theory. Oh, boy. Oh, man, that's funny. So I kind of like that. Bills, I don't like this one. He goes running back, Kenneth Walker. Listen, Kenneth Walker's amazing. He's going to be a guy that probably goes in the second round. There's not a first round running back in this class, and I typically don't even like running backs in the first round anyway. I know what you're gonna add this cat to Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, and like you could just do so many other things here. I think what you got Linderbaum still on the board. Like I know Mitch Morris ain't bad, like he's doing solid, but you could look to the future. You could grab a guard, right? Like well, I guess Kennard's gone, so maybe not. Maybe nah. I'm trying to think. Do they have any tackles still left that are kind of like, well, Sean Ryan, I guess. Grab him. You go defense. All the linebackers are still on the board. You could take one of the corners, though the corners kind of flew off the board. But I do like Trent McDuffie as a good scheme fit for the Bills. You could go safety, defensive interior. I'm not going to lie. Travis Jones, watch out for that cat. He's like fringe first round. He's impressive. I'll just say that. Like I remember when that we were doing. This is why I love Mock the Mock. Travis Jones would never be on my radar if not for Mock the Mock. Going in and looking at Mock Travis and be like, "Who the hell is Travis Jones?" Being like, "Oh man, analytically he's pretty sweet. I need to go back watch this guy." Granted, he didn't play 2020, but his 2019 was solid. He's been a monster this season. Guy's got 13% body fat. At 330 pounds, wild, dude. I don't like the Kenneth Walker pick, I guess. Long story short. The Raiders go Tyler Linderbaum. He's finally off the board. This is great value. I'm not going to, discuss it much. Oh, yeah, Cowboys. He has them going David Ojabo. I think this is hey, I want to show you another guy I'm really high on. With Ojabo's been just, Ian Cummins has been on this guy for like the last month and a half. I think I talked about him in a video about 3 weeks ago. And I think more so he's probably a day 2 guy. He definitely comes out this class because I think he's 22 by the time of the draft. And I don't think he's going to wait because he does have another year of eligibility. I don't think he's going to wait and then be 23 in the following class. I think he comes out this year, even though it's a pretty jam-packed class. But the man has been looking good, dude. Looking good. I don't know if he makes it in the first round. I think there's maybe like a 10-15% chance that happens. But I definitely think this cat's day 2. He's really good. Into the Cowboys, I mean, they could go safety. I kind of like Jordan Battle and Jaquan Brisker here. Because all their safeties have 1-year deals, so... Who does he get for the Packers? Oh yeah, Nakobe Dean. I don't know, man. Campbell's been pretty darn solid. I don't know if you grab Nakobe Dean. I mean, I guess if you're gonna play more like two linebackers on the field, because they love their sub packages. So there's a lot of times where it's just one linebacker on the field sometimes, because they kind of use their edge, like guys like Gary and whatnot. They kind of like mix them up in coverage. So this isn't bad. Nakobe Dean is currently my number one linebacker. If you haven't checked out my rankings, check them out. Oh, golly, this is... I mean, you could go... I know Drake London, I don't know if the foot injury, the ankle injury, knocks him out of the first round. Because I don't know how long he's going to be out for. Hopefully, he can still participate in the combine. Like, it's not a bad pick. This is good value, but it's interesting. This one's interesting. I think he goes Travon Walker out of Georgia here. No, Adam Anderson. He does talk about Travon Walker, though. I don't think Walker goes with any of the next few picks. But he talks about Travon Walker, the other Georgia edge. I like, if the tight end, okay, I'm thinking about a tight end. It's my bad. Adam Anderson could be a good Tyus Bowser replacement. I think I talked about this in my other mock, because you don't really know, like Adam Anderson is not terrible in coverage. It's interesting because I typically say like the same thing about Nick Bonito, but Nick Bonito can't fill out his frame like I think Adam Anderson can. I think Adam Anderson could get up to like a 250 guy if you want him to be that edge, or you could stick him around keep him at 240, 245, while Nick Bonito I think cashes out at about maybe 240, maybe. But yeah, I was thinking it was the tight ends pick because I was gonna be like Harold Landry's a free agent, but man, they're gonna sign that cat to a long-term deal. He's been great. All right, what do you do here, bud? Trent McDuffie. So now McDuffie goes. Yeah, I think if you're the Cardinals, just take the best player on the board. Trent McDuffie probably be it. Maybe one of the edges. So maybe one of those guys. What do you do for Tennessee? Brandon Smith. So this is a cat that's going to play linebacker with David Long. I like Smith a lot, dude. The guy's he hits so hard. He's so fast, so rangy. That's good. I like that. I don't think he goes quarter. Oh, I remember he goes Jaquan Brisker here for this last pick. Wild, right? I don't mind it, but oh man. Like, do you go Devin Lloyd maybe? I mean, those linebacker and safety are very similar in value. I mean, safety has a bit more value just because it's in coverage so often. But, like, linebacker just impacts. Like, you could have them coming in on blitzes, like, especially, like Lloyd's really good at that, man. He's good at, like, you could just play him at edge. The guy does stack blockers sometimes. But Brisker's been really good. He's showed off the ball skills this year, man. It's been real nice. You could go Treylon Burks. I think is a good fit for what the Lions want to do with that vertical passing attack, or it wants to be a vertical passing attack. It really depends what mood Goff is in that day. Overall, there were some picks that I think were obviously, it's like, he was just kind of showing off like some of the guys he likes in this class. But like, and one personally, again, for me, Darian Kennard, I didn't like for the Dolphins. No, Kingsley and Agbari. So apparently, like, only 3 people in the draft community love him. I don't know what that is, but hey, thanks for watching. Go ahead, check out his video if you haven't already, and don't forget to, where's it at? Screw it, I'll say it. Subscribe. To me, that is. Till next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.